Welcome to Pivot, a podcast hosted by Katie Day, where we find out how business owners have been pivoting their businesses to stay relevant and successful.
Hey guys, what's going on? Katie Day with the Move Me to Texas team at Curveball Banker. Today I'm joined by Jason Harry, owner of Eadeaux Hand Car Wash and Eado's food truck. And I'm excited to chat with you today, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing good, Katie. Good to see you. It's been
Good
a
to
while.
see you. I know. I feel like we've seen each other a lot on Instagram, so I'm excited to kind of see you face to face, at least virtually. So Jason and I met, that was a while ago, I guess 4 years ago, 5 years ago. We used to be neighbors. He was renting a house next door to me, and they moved eventually, but we were neighbors for, I'd say, probably a year and a half, maybe.
Yep, year and a half or something like that.
Yeah. So we got to know each other. Yeah, we got to know each other. And shortly after, and I guess you could probably tell the story better than I could as far as when you started your businesses. Shortly after, they started Eadeaux Hand Car Wash and the Eado's food truck. And it's been a cool watching your journey.
Yeah, so it was 2016 we opened the car wash. I just kind of moved. Well, me and Star, we moved from Katy area, and we said we were going to come towards downtown, because my main job is downtown, and I was, driving an hour and a half every day to get to work and hour and a half, 2 hours back. So kind of decided to come closer to the city, said we would rent first before we actually buy. So we got to experience what it was like living right in the middle of the city, and it led to a lot of free time. So with that free time, and just with I'm mainly in oil and gas, and as you know, that goes up and down. So kind of wanted to have something in the back pocket, just in case that day comes where the jobs are not available, that we could run something on our own. So we've been running Eadeaux for about the past 4 years, and it turned into a food truck. It's an interesting story how a car wash turns into a food truck. But
yeah, so the car wash came first, located down there off of Leland and what is that? Ennis is the cross street.
Ennis,
yeah, Leland and Ennis. And then shortly after you guys opened up the car wash, the food truck kind of materialized. So what was the process for the food truck coming along after you guys opened the car wash?
Yeah, so so a lot has changed in the East Downtown area in the past 4 years. But if you remember, like 2015, 2016, there was like nothing to eat. You had Sparkle Burger, and Sparkle Burger, and you could get a couple pizzas at around the corner. That was about it. So we were like, our customers would come and they'd be like, "Where's the nearest place to go get something to eat?" And we would even drive them down to Sparkle Burger. And kind of thought about that. That didn't make much sense considering we love to cook. So had the opportunity to buy a food truck. I wasn't really looking to get into buying the food truck. I bought the worst food truck possible, but we got the business started, and in a few months we had a new food truck.
Yeah. So, does the first food truck still even run anymore, or no?
It will run, but I don't know how far it would run, and it's kind of just serving purpose as a sign right now. It's a real nice. It's just a big
billboard.
Sign,
Yeah. So for those that haven't been to the car wash, and for those that haven't been to your food truck, I guess just give a little bit of an idea of both. I know one thing that the car wash is known for is like the detailing. It's not like you're just gonna go like it's a drive-through, right? You got your team is really detailed in detailing cars.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not the car wash you come to when you need a quick wash, or you just looking to get like a job that's about 70 to 80% complete. Sometimes that works for most people, and you just run through Mr. Car Wash or Honey
Gas
Sheep
station.
or gas station. Yeah, but what we're into is we're into a little bit deeper clean. We our basic package is interior and exterior wash, and that's vacuuming and wipe down and all the perks included with the tire shine, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the food truck. What's the story behind Eadeaux's? What kind of food y'all serve?
Yep. So Eadeaux's is Cajun Tex-Mex. I like to think that we are the creators of that term. It's like a mumbo jumbo of three things. We got Cajun food and a little bit of Tex-Mex, but it's mostly Cajun because it kind of tributes to my roots in Louisiana.
Yeah. What would you say is the number one bestseller on the food truck menu?
Yeah,
I know the
so
menu also varies some too. So
yeah, it does vary. Bestseller is Buddha and nachos. That's big. Anytime we're going to like a big food truck festival or something, the way you have to be very strategic in how you plan the menu, and we'll plan. All right, today we're gonna sell 80 Buddha and nachos, and we're gonna have some other stuff too. So you got to be real strategic because that's what people go for.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So as far as everything that's going on in the world right now, what would you say is the biggest positive that you've seen in your life or that you've gotten out of COVID?
Well, positives, personally positive is, like we're having a baby. That's one thing. Um, then
Congratulations.
yeah, so me and my wife, we've been trying to have a baby for a while, and finally just slowed down life and things slowed down, and it happened. So I'm walking around at parks, and we're getting into fitness a little bit. So we're taking care of ourselves. We're cooking food every day in the house. So that's a big difference versus going out, for lunch with colleagues every day.
Yeah.
Um, positive for the business. Eado's is actually Eado's has been closed. Um, we've been kind of just opening it on an event by event basis. We've been doing that kind of strategically since the spring of this year, but we've kind of completely shut it down due to COVID-19. I think since Eado's is not really our bread and butter, and considering COVID-19 is so new, I remember it was around March or April. When I was thinking, well, should we open the food truck or should we not? And, at that time, I could hardly get the groceries that I wanted for my house. And I was like, dude, you know what I'm gonna have to do to get some boudin? That's gonna be a big deal if, the steady supply of food starts to slow down and we have to change up the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think, like, legally, I'm not sure we legally understand the implications of COVID-19 and what's going to be the fallout in the future. As far as someone eating at your establishment or employees' safety, etc. So I think it's best for us to just kind of chill for a while, wait till things die down, and then we'll pop up again.
Yeah, for sure. And then as far as, I think that's cool that you guys have continued to pivot and monitor kind of what's going on, especially in Houston and what's going on to ensure that you're operating safely and things like that. Obviously, I know both you and Star have day jobs, and careers, and then you kind of open this. What would you say, even outside of COVID, if there's anything in the past that you guys did to pivot the business or to change in some sort of way, to ensure that you remain successful and relevant?
Yep. So, there are many things that just over time that you find out, and you just make those shifts. I'm trying to think of one example. I remember, early on we realized, at the car wash we had a menu of maybe 12 different options. 12 different options, and then we'd have to train employees on 12 different options.
Yeah.
So one of those things that we moved to is just simplifying the menu, and we've incorporated that on the food truck as well. Simplify the menu, get my wife likes to say, nail the basics. So
Yeah.
we like to nail the basics and kind of move on. Yeah.
Yeah. No, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Good deal. Cool. What would be your number one piece of advice for someone that's looking to start their own business?
I guess the advice would be to make sure that the situation or whatever entrepreneurial thing that you get into, make sure it suits you.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that I found out, as we've been doing the car wash and the food truck, that these might not be quite the best gigs for my situation, because it requires a lot of oversight, a lot of physical labor, a lot of knowing, following procedures, etc. And you have to have a watchful eye over that. And when you can only check in on your off time, meaning after 5, and on the weekends, it's a little bit difficult. So if I had to give myself some of that advice in the beginning on what to do, I might have listened to that.
I hear you. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time today to chat a little bit about, the food truck and the car wash and everything. If someone were looking to check things out online, what's your guys' websites or social media handles?
Yeah, so our website is for the car wash, eadohandcarwash.com. And we do have an application there where you can easily book appointments. And that is also a very pivotal thing in our business. Once we start doing online appointments,
Yeah.
setting customers' time for expectations, etc. That's been rolling really smoothly. Also, the food truck is Eadeaux's, at EADEAUXS.com, and all of our social handles are pretty much just the word Eadeaux Hand Car Wash and Eadeaux's at, and we're probably most active on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
I think
a little
most
bit of
people are
Facebook.
these days.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate your time, and
All right.
it's always good to catch up. I look forward to when we can catch up in real life, but I'm glad we were able to spend some time together today.
All right. Cool, Katie. Good to talk to you.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Pivot. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow Katie on social media at MoveMe2TX to stay up to date in all things real estate.